I left you a couple of Sundays ago, we left you a few Sundays ago, and I was carrying my lesson summation with me, because we're always teaching most what we need to learn. As we witness, this is from One Soul, One Heart, One Love, John Walsham's book that we're working with. As we witness the passing show of thoughts, emotions, and sensations, something miraculous happens. We become increasingly aware of a deep realm of consciousness that hasn't changed since before you were born and won't change after you die. In unity, we call that changeless essence the mind of the Christ. Have the mind of Christ Jesus awaken within you. So I left with that lesson summation in my heart to be awake to that. So we get on our Southwest flight about 9 o'clock on Monday from Raleigh, and the first thing that the flight attendant said is, amazing, sit back and relax and enjoy the flight, or be tense and uptight. The choice is yours either way. It'll be 3 hours of your life. That's the lesson summation. Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight, or be tense and uptight. Either way and any way, the choice will be yours. And the choice you make will make all the difference in the world. And the truth is, if we don't have these practices, we're not aware that we have that choice. We're not aware that there's even a choice we can make. We're just so lost in the content of our mind, which produces after its kind. We don't know there is another way we can see whatever's going on in our life. Aren't we grateful that we have these practices? Not that we ever do it perfectly, but that we come back to our practice over and over again. Today's talk is called Family Wedding. We went to this wedding feast in Lake Tahoe. And who showed up? Every personality that exists on the planet. 40 different people who represent parts of myself. Particularly doing this relationship work, you realize there's no one separate from you. So there were people who were doctors and lawyers, and there were physicians' assistants, and there were ex-mothers and father-in-laws and ex-father-in-laws and brother-in-laws and college students, lots of college students. Jesse's very young. They were all there. And there was one very, 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 very rich resource person who came with his own personal jet and a ski plane that he pulled up to the front of this house we were staying in, this beautiful mansion in Lake Tahoe. So I'm telling you, everybody was there. And one thing that I noticed about everybody being there, that everybody suffered from the same dis-ease that I had. The dis-ease of separation from our source and each other. How did I notice that? I noticed the symptoms of it when it shows up. Insecurity, not good enough. No matter how much I have, I want more. Always looking over the shoulder at somebody else's. Yes? And it manifests as what? Judgments about ourselves and other people, and just a sense of being disconnected. You know, sitting back and relaxing and enjoying the flight, and sometimes sitting back and being in fright. We all do that. So we got to take a ride on the ski plane?
Seaplane.
Seaplane. Everybody take a ride on a seaplane? You ever done that seaplane ride? There's a few of you here. And for someone who's never done it before, you can sit back in fright. I mean, we're taking off, and there's 4 of us in there, and we're all newbies. We've never been in before. And they're trying to get this seaplane to take off. And they keep pulling on like this, and it goes, it's not going up. And they're talking to each other back and forth. Maybe we got too much weight in here. And I'm going, I wouldn't mind getting off. I'm fine. I'd rather be in the kayak by myself, you know. Oh, wait a minute. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, right? These people know what they're doing. This is the moment, right? Nothing happens next. I don't want to miss this. Be a big baby. I'll get off. Again, one more time. Again, we try. Actually, it took 3 times. It's like, you know, I'm looking at Maureen going, I don't think this is going to happen. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Finally, it took off. Yeah. Letting go. It's great, isn't it? So here are all these different people that are here at this week of Jesse's wedding. 9 days. Of looking at all different parts of myself, looking at different parts of myself and how I show up when I'm with other people, and how I sometimes judge other people, even without even knowing who they are. Anybody suffer from that disease? You know, I have a feeling I don't know you and I already don't like you. Why is that? and watching myself in the games that I play, being aware of those games that I play when I'm around new people. Particularly being the minister who was doing the wedding service on Saturday. So new people kept showing up throughout the week that we were there. 8, 10, 12 new people every single day showing up for Jesse's wedding. And they would find out right away that I was a Unity minister. So the first thing they would say is that Unitarianism? We got a couple of Unitarianism here. I said, no, it's not Unitarianism. Do you guys believe in God or just self-esteem? Ouch. And so I had to come up with my answer, with my concept that would be an answer, because I was on. Whether I liked it or not, I couldn't hide. I was always introduced, we were, as the couple who are the spiritual teachers. So I had this dream, a particular night, about third night there, of this idea, this concept, and I shared it with Maureen, and it grew. The truth is, we are all involved in a great big wedding production. It's called Your Life, and it's like a movie. And anybody ever go to a movie and feel yourself getting completely lost in the movie? How many have done that? Just you go and you forget that you're in a movie. You just get totally caught up in the characters, the sensations, the thrills, the things you like, the things you don't like, and then all of a sudden, boom, the movie's over and the lights go on, and you go, oh my God, it was just a movie. I can't believe how caught up I got in everything, the drama, the big production. And then you realize the spiritual teachings are like that. They're little mini wake-up calls in the middle of the movie that you're stuck in, to step off the stage and to realize it's just a movie. You are the light. I am the light of the world. Love is my only function. You are the light. You come from light. The film is just this thing sort of running over and over again of all your thoughts, words, deeds, and habit patterns that get projected onto the effect of what you see. But the light source is you. You are that light. God is the light in which I see, the love in which I forgive. That is what we are. And we get caught when we think we are the effect of what we're looking at. And when we don't know that we are that light, we can get very caught in the big production and the drama of our present situation. We all do this. So back to a couple of Sundays ago, we got brand new tires in our Subaru. And we had a nail, we talked about that one, I won't go over that again. But we got 4 new tires at Costco. And they were expensive, we put them on, but they were helium tires. So helium tires mean you're going to get better gas mileage, right? That's what they say. So we're in our Subaru, and we have this average miles per gallon thing that shines on our dash that we're constantly looking at, particularly at $4 a gallon. You know, and we're noticing that we're not getting better gas mileage, we're getting worse gas mileage. Consistently 4 tank loads of gas mileage that's 3 to 4 miles less per gallon. I'm staring at this going, this cannot be. I get on the website. I go on the blog about helium tires on Subarus. I talk with other people. You know how you can get crazy? It's a big production. All it is a little number on a dashboard. Here I am, I'm just getting so caught up in this. To the point that was, I'm taking the car back to Costco. And we're going to get these tires changed. I know it's supposed to be 500 miles, you can return it up till then, but it's 575, we're going to get these. And the guy behind the counter, he sit back, relax, enjoy this flight, or be tense and uptight. He says to me, brother, grasshopper, these are the best tires you can get for this car. There's nothing else I can really do for you. There's no better tire in the world than Michelin with the helium in there. There's no better. And I'm taking a deep breath and going, are you sure? He's going, believe me, I'm in this business 50 years. I'm telling you, you got great tires. So we get in the car, and we both make a decision. We shut the motor off, and I open up, here's your hint now, I open up the instruction manual in the car. I open up the Bible, I open up the Course in Miracle quote, I open up the Soul, One Heart, One Mind book. I open it up and it says, here's how you shut off the average miles per gallon on your dashboard. Shut it off! Stop staring at an effect. You are making this ridiculous. And we went, we can shut this off. We can be free. Hallelujah! The Armageddon is over. I'm getting myself back in the present moment. Shut the thing off. I've been able to sit back and relax and enjoy my ride on my Subaru ever since. And I know you are as crazy as I am. Don't look at me and think, I don't know you. You do the same thing. You're just as insane as I am. So I got to watch that. I got to watch that. How I show up in each moment. How I get lost in effects, how I get lost in effects. And how when I'm with new people, there's a certain kind of show that I play with people. Here I am, I'm the minister, I'm the spiritual type, and we spend a lot of time in water and swimming, so I've got my shirt off, and I've got my Om on my chest, and my, oh, take a look at all the world's religions, and oh, look, I have a oneness symbol, and aren't I special, and I'm spiritual, and you're not. I got to watch all of that show, and you know what? I'm never going to change that much. That's kind of what I do. It is a movie that I can wake up, that we can, that we all can wake up from, and not try to beat it up, but just be present with it. This is kind of the way I show up. And then be more loving and be more kind. Yeah, this is what I do. Hey, this is my routine. I know you've got one. You've got a routine. So what? Use it, play with it, dance with it, have a lifetime with it. So we got there and we thought that we'd have a certain role to play during this wedding. Mostly we thought we'd sort of be living the lifestyle of the rich and famous. We'd be in a big mansion. And there'd be people dropping grapes in our mouth. No, no more grapes for me. $100 bottle of wine. Would you like a sip? Oh, yeah. I'm teasing. Like that. It turned out that's not what we got. That didn't happen. It didn't. You know how your life doesn't show up the way you think it's going to? It didn't show up that way. We were called to service. Roll up your sleeves. You're not the star of this big production. You are a member and a crew on Spaceship Earth. Like this church, it runs the same way. You be in service to what has to happen here. And so we worked our bottoms off, literally moving and setting up and closing down and cleaning up. And the only free time we got, because we thought we were going on vacation, was in the morning. Before you go to work, right? Before it all starts. Before the hurricane starts swirling around. We got the morning, and God bless that we get up early, at least 3 hours earlier than everybody. That's a gift. And we get up and we go into practice. Maureen would walk out with me to the dock at Lake Tahoe. If you've ever been to Lake Tahoe in the summer, it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Sedona, Hawaii, Lake Tahoe, the Grand Canyon. Oh, how sweet the sound. And Maureen would sit and she'd do her practices and swim in the water, and I'd get in the one-man kayak and I'd go all the way out to the center, about 2.5 miles out of Lake Tahoe. Not one boat, not one motor, not one person, not one sound. Nobody's awake yet except me. I'm sitting on top of this glass, this mirror, this calm, 1,700 feet at the middle. That's how deep this lake is. And the presence is just everywhere. The great cosmic director, yeah, is talking to me, speaking to me, loving me. Oh, my sweetheart, my darling, you are my beloved and whom I'm well pleased. Oh my God, thank you so much. And so you gotta paddle back to shore though. You don't get to stay there. And all the people start to wake up. The lake wakes up, and then all the ski boats start up. Boom, 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 boom. And you used to go water skiing, you were either on 2 skis or 1 ski. Not anymore. People can surf behind boats, they can be in rubber rafts, they can windsurf. Everybody's got 20,000 different ways that they can play now in back of boats. And they also have loud speakers on the back of the boat for your favorite music playing, blaring your favorite music. And a part of me, if I hadn't done that little meditation piece and calmed down and got in touch with the great cosmic director, could have very easily felt like, you know, my attitude could have been, this country's going to, and this is what's wrong, and my attitude, you hear my attitude now? My judgment about other people, my judgment about what's going on, and who's being hurt by that? What am I missing doing that?
Great music.
You're missing the moment. What'd you say?
Great music.
That's right, the great music. That's exactly right. You're right. The great music, the blissful look on people's faces when they're behind the boats, when you're in the place of knowing, don't make a big production about this. This is not about the effect. This is about the cause. These people are having a wonderful time. Why won't you be in joy with them and not judge them? My face just lit up, and then the seaplane started up. The seaplane, oh, it's wasting so much gas. Forget that. Look at the faces of the people coming off that seaplane. We'll never get to do that again, including me. That's bliss and joy. Why would I deny myself or anybody else that experience? Everything shifted. I went from attitude to gratitude. What a shift that makes. And I can't do that alone. Only the great cosmic director can help me do that. The beloved within me, who's always there shining the light. You want to be angry and arrogant and rude and judgmental? Here you go! You want to be loving and kind and beautiful and beautiful? I will be there with you, for you are my beloved, in whom I'm well pleased. Oh, what a shift in consciousness. So we get to the wedding part, and we're on this huge, steep, incredible incline on Lake Tahoe. And the couple's down here, and this thing goes way down like this. There's 150 people sitting there. And here's this beautiful couple standing in front of me. You don't get any beautiful and more beautiful than they are. And all of a sudden, something shifted. All of a sudden, everybody just settled down into the one presence and the one power. God is but love, therefore so am I. Love is the binding, harmonizing, unifying power in all this universe. We come here today to celebrate in this divine union of love between two who choose to be one now. You can just feel everybody go, oh, that's a nice thought. Everybody became part of the one. No more separate people, no more agendas, no more in-laws and outlaws, no more good people and bad people, no more rich people and poor people, just us in love. And I said to them, you know, you're not gonna always feel this way. You're gonna wake up tomorrow morning, and it's gonna be back to business as usual. You know what I'm talking about? The everyday stuff that drives us all crazy shows back up again. Everyone has their agenda and their stuff. It won't mean you failed when all of a sudden you seem to be more like enemies than best friends. This is the time when outer and inner reconciliation is happening. You are being a midwife to birthing your soul, which is love. And that's not always easy, giving birth to that part of yourself. Sometimes it's painful. There's contraction and reaction. Sometimes you are leaning back and enjoying the flight. Sometimes you're tense and uptight. And when you're with another person, you know, God help you if you're not both in the same place at the same time, right? One person remembers. This is the great work of your love for each other and coming back home together with each other. And you just feel everybody in the crowd just going, oh, I get what it is now. It's turning water into wine. It's taking every situation, every watery, everyday, runny situation that you get involved with, and through your practice, through your love, allowing the beloved to shine light through you, it becomes something sweet, and beautiful, and kind, which produces after its kind for others to share with you. That's what your life is about. That's why everyone is here. That's what you're joining in. Not a perfect egoic relationship, but a perfect practice that allows you to keep coming back to the I am Om of your own being over and over and over again, and using each other to do just that. So the wedding was over. Lots of people, accolades, oh Richard, that was wonderful, we love you, yada, 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 the usual stuff. And then it's back to cleanup. It's back to cleanup. Wait a minute, what do you mean? We have to clean up too? Yeah, you got to clean up. It's back to roll your sleeves up, you know, pick up the branches, take care of the church, you know, take the boards down from the windows we put out. You know what I'm saying? It's back to service. And you go back to doing what is yours to do, but you do it from a different place of consciousness. So there was a huge party that happened that night, and it was huge, and it went on till 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was happening in the place that we were staying in. And now we weren't there that night, we went to another home, but Maureen decided to stay there. And so she was the first responder to what looked like in the morning Hurricane Irene, hitting it right on the mark at a 4, at least a 4. The place was a complete disaster. And no one was up but the beloved servant, Maureen, who didn't always feel beloved and holy about having to be the first person to clean it up. But she did, because that's our job. That's what we do. We serve. So by the time we got there, look at that, perfect. By the time we got there, as it perfectly unfolds right now, by the time we got there, everything had been pretty much put together and organized, and then we got to take off on the fruits of what Maureen had already done. Welcome back to life. And so we get home after 9 days, when people look at us and say, you didn't look really relaxed from your vacation. I don't need you even say that. Relaxed from my vacation. You come home to what? Another day of life. Hurricane Irene is bearing down on us. Woo! More whirling, more swirling, more practice, more coming back to center, more coming back to home, more coming back to Ohm. Again, but maybe we should get out of here. What do you think? And we're kind of chickens about storms and hurricanes. I know all you professionals. Everybody went, we're not leaving. Oh, don't leave. That's silly. But the phone call came from Maureen's sister, who's been through 2 hurricanes down in Florida, and she goes, get out now! Leave! Back! Board up your windows! Get out! It's terrible! It's awful! Get out now, 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 now! So we decided we would do that Thursday at 12 o'clock. I go to Lowe's, I buy all these big, huge plywood boards. They're heavy. Stick them on top of the Subaru. 3 visits later, we're standing there with a skill saw, which I have no skill in using at all. And we've got the measuring tape and the whole bit. And it's like, you know what? There's no way we can do this. It's going to take us 3 hours to do every one of these 16 windows. And we're going to kill each other. Obviously, we will be divorced by the time we get done with this. You're already at each other's throats. We need help. So now, when you need help, and you come from your core, even when you're tense and uptight, and ask for the help comes. Guess who calls us? Mitch! Mitch Duke, the carpenter! Am I having a drumming circle there Saturday? No, you're not, Mitch. And by the way, Mitch, what are you doing? He said, I'm waiting for the phone to ring. I could use some work. You got it! And of course, Mitch comes, it's like, oh my God, we would have never done this. And so we got it all done. It wasn't mean it was easy. I had to put them up on Thursday night while it was dark out, Friday morning, and then we left to go like chickens to Raleigh and have our time there. We had a great time there. But you see how it is? That is your life. This is the life you're called upon to live. It's not the life you'd like to have, it's the life you're having now. And when you come back to the present moment, you'll always come to the choice of this. You can sit back and relax and enjoy the flight. Or you can lean back, be tense, and very uptight. Either way, in any way, it's the same 24 hours you get every day. What do you want to do with it? The choice, grasshopper, is always yours. And God will back whatever you want to choose to do. If you want to choose to wake up, he, she, it will help you do that. And then the water gets turned into wine. Not water into whining, but water into the wine of spirit. May we awaken together. Bless you.